Danny Flexent here for Seconds Out with Lauren Price, Commonwealth Games gold medalist, of course, and soon to go to the Worlds, I believe. Lauren, just want to take you back first of all. You started off, I believe, doing a lot more kickboxing, football as well, before switching to the more traditional form of boxing. What was it, and what age were you when you switched over, and what caused it?
I was 16 when I switched over. I started kickboxing when I was 8, went to World Championships, Europeans, won all the titles, was 4-time World Champion, 8-time European Champion. And I just remember as a kid watching the Olympics on telly, and it's always been my dream to go. But obviously, like, kickboxing wasn't in the Olympics, so at the age of 16 I thought, I'll give boxing a go, switch over, because I seen on the telly women boxing. I thought, why not? And I went to the boxing gym, a local club called Cabbie, and 3 days later they sent me down to Cardiff for an assessment with the Welsh team, and they were pleased with what they seen, and they sent me to my first tournament was the youth World Championships out in Turkey, and I come away with a bronze medal. My fight got stopped. I was winning. I was beating the world number 1 at the time. Back then it was like a point system. So I was winning 14-12, and it was like 10 seconds to go as well, and they stopped because I had a nosebleed. So I was pretty disappointed, but I come back with a bronze medal, and then the following year I turned senior, and I went to the Women's European Championships, and I come away with a bronze there. So I just went from there then, and obviously, like, I was playing football for Wales and boxing, and obviously, like, at the international level it's quite hard to do, and for injury reasons as well. So in 2014, Colin Jones, the Welsh coach, he said to me, you got the opportunity to go to Glasgow Commonwealth Games, but it means, like, you need to decide what you want to go do. Do you want to go down the football route or stay with boxing? And I thought, if boxing don't work out for me, I could always go back to playing football. So I went to Glasgow in 2014, boxed. I come away with a bronze medal there, and I was unlucky in the semi-final because I lost to the world champion on a split decision then as well. It actually went to count back, so it was a draw at the end of the fight, and I went to count back, and from there then I just carried on and was travelling around with Wales in tournaments, beat the likes of Savannah Marshall and then after Gold Coast then, I had an assessment then up here, and I got on. And I love it. Yeah, obviously, like, it was always been my dream since I was like the age of 8 to be a full-time athlete. And for me, obviously, when I was training with Wales, I was obviously taxi driving as well. So obviously. I was obviously at work because obviously we didn't really get paid. And I was Monday to Thursday I was with Wales, and then Friday and Saturday nights I'd be taxiing from like 5 o'clock. I'd start my shift and then I'd finish like 5 in the morning, so it was long.
You'd have all the kind of nightclubbers rolling out the door, puking on your back seat, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've been in that position, and but do you know what, I enjoyed it as well. But obviously, like, this is a dream job, and to do something you love as well and get paid for, then happy days. And thanks to the UK lottery funding, UK Sport. So if it weren't for them, obviously none of us lot will be able to obviously achieve our dreams. So yeah.
Is it right you were raised by your grandparents?
Yeah, I was. From the age of 3, I lived with my nan and granddad. They brought me up. And they've always supported me as well. So my granddad, he took me. He was massive into football, and he was a coach at one point, and when I was 8 he took me to a boys club called Fleur de Lis Boys and Girls Club, and I went there, and I was the only girl actually, and I was in the team, and it was about 15 boys and just me, and I received Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year. I played centre half, and if you can see I got like 2 scars on my head. They're from football, going up, getting the ball and just coming down on a girl's head, or I was just one of them ones like,
you should see the other girl,
like John Terry, just coming in with slight tackles and that was me. But that obviously he travelled the world for me as well with kickboxing. I was only young, so, and they obviously had to fund for me to go, so it was quite expensive. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have achieved anything really.
Without kind of being too nosy, how did you end up in the situation where it was your grandparents raising you rather than your parents?
Obviously, like, going around the background of, I I obviously got brothers and sisters and that, but I was the youngest. And at the time, my mum and father couldn't really look after me and stuff, so my nan just brought me up really.
Does that mean you're really, really close to your grandparents as a result?
Oh yeah, really close. Yeah, I still live at home with them now, so yeah. But I tend to try and look after them now, so the boot's on the other foot.
How proud do you think it'll make them for you, not just to go to the World Championships, but if you end up going to the Olympics as well in 2020?
Well, they're proud of me now, but yeah, it'll just obviously tick all boxes, and yeah, obviously that would be for them for everything they've supported me over the years, and I can't thank them enough. Yeah.
You're not long back from the European Games, of course. You got a really good win there over Fontaine, who beat you in the Worlds in the semis, and is the Rio silver medalist, of course, as well. How much of a confidence booster is that ahead of the Worlds that you've got that victory back over Fontaine?
Oh, massive, and just a confidence boost for me to obviously show that I'm obviously top 3 in the world at the minute, and I'm up there with the best in the world. She's a very experienced girl, like you said. She's Olympic silver medalist, and obviously looking back to India, a lot of people thought it was obviously it was close. It was a split decision. A lot of people thought I could have nicked it, but looking back, I've come back and I've just kind of sat down, looked at the fight, spoke to the coaches, video analysis, and gone through it. And obviously going into that fight in the European Games, I just thought I was the underdog, I had nothing to lose, but I was confident in myself that I had the tools and the speed and the footwork to beat her, and yeah, it pulled off, and yeah, it was an amazing feeling, and obviously first time representing Team GB at the European Games, so that was a proud moment for me as well.
Just from your own experience, since you've been involved in boxing, not just on the GB squad, but since you made the switch when you were 16, how much has female boxing evolved in that time and improved?
Oh, massively. You look at the likes of obviously Nicola Adams, Katie Taylor, when they went to London, and obviously the Olympics being shown on the telly, I think it opened a lot of people's eyes just to see obviously the girls are just as technical and as quick as the male boxers, so a lot of people were enjoying it, and I think it opened a lot of people's eyes. And you look back now, obviously after Rio, the likes of obviously Nicola Adams, Katie Taylor, Clarissa Shields, they've gone pro. And you look at Katie Taylor, she's obviously in Wembley, and everyone's just amazed by her, of her, obviously her speed, and I think obviously from the public eye, it's opened to a lot of people's eyes that women can actually box.
And do you do most of your sparring here with the other girls, or do you do quite a bit with the guys? How does it split?
Yeah, I do most of my sparring training here, but the girls mix it up. We spar amongst ourselves, but we also spar against the lads as well, so that's good for us because obviously they're a lot stronger, and yeah, it's good to get in with them as well.
Who's your best friend on the team?
I don't know, we all get on, but I'll have to say Kaz, she's a good crack. She's in the house with me, 57 girl, yeah, 57 kilo.
Brilliant. Well, we wish you obviously the very best of luck, the Worlds and the Olympics further on, and it's been great talking to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.